Hey, hello, you're stuck in traffic with Wolf Gorlek. A few minutes riffing on IT and IT security today, coming to you from an airport. Today, looking at incident response communications. I am just getting ready to fly back from a conference where I sat on a few good talks, and one of the concepts I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. Before I get to that, let me tell you a story about how I screwed up. There was a time in my career where we had a fiber channel SAN, right, a compellent system. And it went down. It was like one of the earliest ones. We ran into this fault condition, down hard. And so I'm scrambling, right? I'm running cables. I'm trying to remember how to do fiber channel commands, right? iSCSI, or not SCSI, it wasn't even iSCSI, it was SCSI over fiber channel. And needless to say, we're down for a while. Get the call from the executive teams. It's the CFO, and he goes, Wolf, what's going on? I said, I will tell you what's going on. I'll make it simple. Imagine everything's a hard drive, but only there's SCSI commands, and there's a lip reset, and I don't know why there's a lip reset. And anyways, because of that lip reset, everything on the back end fell off. Because that fell off, now the servers can't talk to the compiler. And I went on this way for a while. And if you've ever seen a technologist do this, by now you're probably wincing, because you can imagine me on the phone. It was just as bad as you might think. But the CFO was cool, and he takes this long pause and this deep breath afterwards, and he says, just tell me one thing. What's a compelling again? And for a fraction of a moment, I considered, like my career flashed before my eyes, and I considered saying something snarky like, that's that thing you're paying a couple $1 million a year for. I'm glad I didn't. But I said something else, explained it, and it was at that moment I realized, wrong level, right? And for years I thought about this as being a good lesson in interpersonal communication. You gotta know your audience, 101. However, down here at a conference, down here talking with a guy named Jon Tidwell, Jon Tidwell gave a session I sat into, and he opened my eyes to a very interesting concept. His incident response team, his communications, use a two-man rule. Tip for you is, think about this. Consider a two-man rule. One person does the technology, one person does the management speak. That way, if you're knee-deep in the technology, like I was in that case, you're not coming up for air going, oh, I'll talk to the executives, and trying to mentally do that juggle, which is very hard. Right? Think about any time you've had to change your communication style from one audience to another. It's not an easy trick, especially under pressure, especially in a down situation or a breach situation. Conversely, if you're dealing with management day in and day out, right? If you're the suit in the room, and now you got to go talk to the technologist, and you're talking at a level like this, and they're looking at you like, what the hell, why are you wasting my time? You don't have to worry about that either. So you have a two-man rule, one talking to management, one talking to technology, and then you have these two guys sync up. These two guys become a communication backplane, and they handle the communication chain from the technologist up, right, from the server room to the boardroom. Fascinating concept. Mad props to Jon Tidwell. I had not thought about it until now. What do you think? Does this work? Do you do this? Why haven't you told me? Hit me up in comments, social media. Cheers.